before. This is a week on traditional slideshow. You guys are going to have a lot of fun doing it. It's very different and it's very easy. There's some challenges to it, so you won't be bored like you might be if you're doing a regular slideshow. So let's take a look at the quiz that you guys just took, and let's see where you guys are as far as your skills.
Nowhere. Absolutely nowhere.
All right, so how many times have you done a slideshow presentation? At least half of you have done 5 or more, which makes sense. If I gave this quiz last year, the numbers would be much lower. So you've been exposed to a lot more. Teachers also know a lot more. So would you consider your level of expertise? That's good. So some of you think that you're good enough to give lessons. That's awesome. And a couple of you guys feel like you're basically clueless. So I'm going to teach you some basics. So don't feel overwhelmed. Okay, it's very easy stuff. I also recorded myself with the videos on how to do things, so you can always refer back when you're outside of class. Okay, most of you know how to create a link. 75% of you. And about half of you, a little more than half of you, do not know how to link to a different slide. So that's actually the key to doing a Choose Your Own Adventure slideshow, and it's really kind of cool. Almost all of you know how to add an image to the slideshow, and all of you know how to change the backgrounds. And then a third of you do not know how to do word art. Okay, that's also very easy. And transitions and animations, again, a little more than half of you do not know how to do that. So you'll learn those basics today. So good. All right. Thank you for that information. So I'm going to show you my slideshow that I did as kind of an example for you. All right. I did Jack and Jill. Since we just wrote a story about Jack and Jill, it kind of made sense for me to use this as a story example. It will probably be easier for you to transition into the Choose Your Own Adventure slideshow if you do Jack and Jill, but I'm not going to hold you to it. Okay. So Jack and Jill's adventure. All right. Let's see what their adventure is. All right, so one day you, Jack, and your sister Jill are hanging out. Your mom asks the two of you to climb the local hill to get some water. However, it's very hot out today, and the hill is very steep. Plus, you're in the middle of a game. So do you say yes or say no? Raise your hand if you want to say yes.
No. Yes, sir.
No? Okay, all right.
Yes, ma'am.
So the no's have it. Let's see what that brings us to. Bad choice, guys. Your mom was actually asking a rhetorical question, and when you said no, she got mad and grounded you for 2 weeks, plus made you get the water anyway. So go back to the beginning and be more agreeable this time.
No.
All right, so now we're going to choose
do that.
yes.
I want to do that.
All right, now you set off on your journey. However, you don't know the way exactly. So you come to a fork in the trail. Which way do you go?
Left.
Do you go left or do you go right?
Right.
Raise your hand for left.
Right. Cannot always be right.
Well, okay, in this case, right is right. All right, but actually it's wrong. You chose wrong, and then you fell off a cliff. You hurt your crown, and Jill tumbled down after you, but you know your mom still wants the water, so you go back to the path and choose left instead. Now, you'll see that I am just giving people no choice on these slides, but I am linking you back to the other slides. So it does fulfill the terms of the agreement.
I did the opposite of what you're doing, because I want to continue the 2 stories.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so now we're going to go left. And I have a little word art in here. So if you were curious what word art is, here, success. You have found the source of water. You fill the bucket after splashing around in the natural spring for a while. You and Jill flip a coin to see who has to carry the heavy bucket back. Do you pick heads or tails? Raise your hand if you want heads. 3, 4. All right, I think heads wins this time. All right. Okay, so there's a bear chasing you. All right, and you decide to save yourself and sprint away from your sister because you are selfish about saving your own skin. Unfortunately, the bear looks at you running away as teasing provocation, ignores Jill, who is cursing you out, and takes after you. Dun dun dun. So, do you get away? No or yes?
No.
Raise your hand for no.
Greedy little.
Wow. Okay. So you can't outrun a bear ever. So don't even try. The bear munches on you after it snacks on Jill. Sadly, your mom is going to be without her bucket of water, and her children have both been eaten by a bear. Bad day for this poor woman who simply wanted to make soup. On the plus side, it turns out there is a heaven, and it's a good time. Now you're gonna see that this is slide 9. There's 10 slides in my slideshow, so this is one of my endings. I have an alternate ending. So we're gonna go back and get that alternate ending. You know what is helpful, which I should have done in my slideshow, is put a button that says go back to the beginning. So I'm just gonna go back here and we're gonna go choose yes. Did you get away? Okay, so here's the other ending. Congrats, you successfully got the water to your mom. But to be honest, she doesn't really care about the water since she's devastated that Jill is dead. And she's not thrilled with you either, since you didn't even try to fight the bear to save your sister. So your feeling of accomplishment is quite short-lived. In fact, your mom gets so paranoid about losing you too that she puts you on a long chain in the house and throws away the key. You are never leaving the house again. On the plus side, you're never going to have to climb that hill either.
Oh, that's a, no, okay.
So, I think there's, again, there's, when you do a choose your own adventure, sometimes you don't see all the choices, which is why it's fun to go over time and again. So let me show you the slide that you didn't choose here. So this is tails when Jill has to carry the bucket. Jill is super clumsy though, so you grab the handle with her to keep the bucket steady. The last thing you want to do is spill the water and have to go back up the hill to refill it. However, you hear some rustling and turn around to see a bear walking on the trail creeping up on your phone. And so you have the option of running away, which of course we learned is not the right thing to do if you see a bear, or trip Jill to sacrifice her and save yourself. So this is going to bring you to a slide that we've already seen. So 10 is the minimum of slides that you should have, but you can see it's a pretty decent story. If you want to make it longer and more involved, you can always add more slides. But we're going to practice doing some basics. So I'd like for you to go to your slides right now and open up a blank presentation and add 10 slides to it. Yes, Jen? Not right now. Okay, but you can show me later. Absolutely. All right, so again, open up your slides, choose a blank presentation, and add 10 slides to it. Ayana, you should be working and not talking. Okay, you can go ahead and title your slideshow Jack and Jill. You can change the title if you decide to write about something other than Jack and Jill. Okay? Everybody good? You have 10 slides in your slideshow? Just in case you don't know how to create a slide for the one person who's a real novice at this.
Find a way.
Yeah, you just hit the plus over there. That's the easiest way. There's more than one way to do everything in Google Suite Docs and everything. All right.
Just make a slide.
Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna have you do, is I'm gonna have you add slide numbers to your presentation. This is helpful because when you're working on a slide, you want to make sure that it's the right slide to be working on. Okay, so you do this by simply going up to the insert key. Most of the things that we do are going to be found under insert. Okay, so you're going to go on down to where it says slide numbers. So insert and slide numbers. Insert and slide numbers. Okay, you're going to get a little box that pops up. It's automatically on. And you can click on skip title slides. That just means there won't be a number on your title slide, but it is counted within the whole 10 slide thing. So slide 2 will have a number on it. And I'll show you that in a second. Okay, so slide 2, you can see that it's got a number in the corner, the lower right corner, and this is an editable font, so you can always make it bigger if you want. But again, it's not really part of your slide, it's just for your reference.
How do you do that again?
You go to Insert,
Where's insert?
up at the top, and then scroll down to slide numbers.
Okay, got it.
Okay, the next thing I'm going to teach you is how to format a link and to go to a different slide in the presentation with that link. Okay, so you have to have a word on your page to indicate to the computer that you want that to be the button. That's the link. Okay, so if you type a word, any word, doesn't really matter. Hello, goodbye.
On the second slide?
Doesn't matter which slide it's on, really. It's just for practice. I've been going with hello. I'll make this bigger so that you can see it. Bigger than this. Okay, so you want to highlight the word, and there are 3 different ways to get to the link thing. You can go to the link button right up here on your toolbar. You can do a shortcut and hit Control K. Or you can, again, go under Insert and go to Link. Okay, so pretty much everybody knows how to do this. In order to get to another slide, you just have to choose from slides in this presentation. So click on this and open up the drop-down menu. Okay, you're going to see that you have a lot of different choices here. Next slide, previous slide, first slide, slide 1, slide 2, slide 3, etc., etc. So just pick any slide and you're going to hit apply. I'll be right there. Okay. And in order to test that your link is working, you want to go up to the present button. And you can see that your cursor changes to a hand when you hover over the link. Okay, and so then when you click it, and again, this is where your page numbers, your slide numbers come in handy. So I'm on slide 2 right now, but when I click the link, it takes me to slide 9. Yes.
Can you do the link again?
Okay, so you're gonna,
Sorry.
no, that's okay, don't worry about it. So you're gonna go to highlight your text. Okay, and then you could go a bunch of different places. You could use this button right here. You could go to insert link, or you could use the shortcut, Control K.
I can link it to anything, right?
Well, yeah, right now it's just to anything. Obviously, when you're doing your slideshow, you're gonna have a specific slide in mind that you wanna link it to. Jaquil, are you good? Okay, yes. I'll have to come over in a second and figure that out for you, okay? Okay, so the next 2 things I'm gonna show you, you guys already basically know how to do, so this is gonna be a bit of a review. So if I could just have you close your Chromebooks. Close it up there, Aya. All right, you ready, Scar?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is something that I used to see a lot more frequently, but since you guys are better at Google Slides, I don't see this very much. So, you know, your teacher will often say you have to have a picture on every slide. And very often you'll just put a picture and then shove it in the corner, which looks really goofy. Sometimes you're like, oh, actually, this would make a nice background. So you'll paste the picture and then stretch it out. Let me show you that. So the problem with that is that it warps the proportion of the picture. So if you have something like a guy like this or some kind of words, they're not going to look right. So when you stretch him out to fit the page, he becomes like super fat.
Oh, sure.
Right? And the other downside to doing it this way is that it pastes it on the top layer, and now where's your text boxes? They're hidden. Okay, there's a way around that. Obviously, you can just go over to arrange, order, and send it back. All right, so again, there's more than one way to skin a cat, but this is the less ideal way to do it. So the more ideal way to get a background is simply to use the background button. Okay, the background button is again on your toolbar. So you just hit backgrounds, and you could, sometimes you're not going to want color or anything else on your slide but the text. Okay, so you would just pick a color for a background. So you can pick a solid color, you can pick a gradient color, all right? And then there are some times when you're going to choose images. So naturally, dogs, right? All right, so let's put this cute puppy in here. All right, and hit done. And the computer automatically formats the picture so it's not distorted in any way. And it's at the back so you can just type in your text boxes. Okay, so again, either way, you can get a picture off the web or off your computer and put it into your slideshow, but you want to think about what is the function of the picture. And is anybody good at editing pictures in here? Okay, good. You can edit pictures. So if you want to put like a guy with sunglasses and you don't want the background in, you know, we can find a way to work with you on that. So just ask. If you don't know how to do anything, we'll figure it out, okay? All right, so that's images and backgrounds. And now I'm going to teach you how to do word art. Very simple. I'm not even going to go over formatting the fonts because you guys all know how to change the style and the size and the color and all that stuff. So in order to do word art, all right, so you want to cut the word that you want or word or phrase or whatever. You don't have to cut it. You could just type it right in. Okay, but it shouldn't be on your slide. So you go up to insert and word art and just paste what you've cut or type if you didn't already have it on your slide and then just paste it and hit enter. And now it comes out. All right, it already looks kind of cool, like you've already spent some time formatting it. So when you have the word art, you can right click to get some format options. So you can do things like, for example, you could rotate it, which is neat. I like the upside down version, especially if you do Jack and Jill and Jack's falling down the hill. Like maybe that would work for you. You can also do a drop shadow here. Yeah, the drop shadow is cool. I like the shadow a lot, and the reflection is good, especially if you've got some kind of like maybe a lake or an ocean as your background because that would reflect. You can put that on for you. Now they give you a very bland fill color for your text, so you would want to add some more color to it most likely. So in that case, you would just go up here to the fill bucket and choose a different color. And if you wanted that outline to be another color still so that you have some more contrast, you could pick a border color. And with the border, you can do different things to it. So you can make it thicker if you wanted. And if you wanted to, you could make it not be a solid line. You could have it be a series of dots, dots and dashes, things like that. So let's just pick this one. All right, so there you go. That's how you do word art. All right. So we are going to start now actually building our slideshow. It might be easier for you to actually kind of do some pre-writing in Microsoft Google Docs. All right, but it's not necessary if you want to start writing in your slideshow, that's fine. I do want to say it can get a little confusing. So if it does get a little confusing for you, I've made a copy of my slideshow and you guys can simply copy down like the links, the text, and everything because you're still going to learn how to do this. Just because you copy my words doesn't mean that you're plagiarizing because you're still going to be doing the skills that I'm asking you to learn. And once you get the hang of it, you'll probably just want to go off on your own. And you can always change my text too. So I'll be walking around, I'll be here to help you troubleshoot. And again, as far as the content goes, a lot of my kids now are going into other nursery rhymes. The Three Little Pigs would be great. Some people are doing Hansel and Gretel, Cinderella, different things like that. I like the idea of doing a nursery rhyme because they're generally, or a fairy tale, because they're generally pretty short. And you could have some fun with them. So, all right, so you can go ahead and pop open your Chromebooks and start working on your Google Slides. Yes, Jamari. Yes, I know.
How do you do that?
Well, you have to go to, you already put the word art in, so you want to right click so that you can edit. Okay, so let me help you with your problem.
Now, where is